Alright, there's a game going around YouTube where if you get tagged, you make a video stating 5 facts about yourself that people may not know, and then you tag 5 other people so that they can make videos of their own, and on it goes. jwoodswce has tagged me, and so I figured this would be a fun excuse for putting up a video. So here are my 5 facts. First thing is, I was really sick as a child. I had really bad asthma, really horrendous allergies. I was allergic to everything. I mean, they did a skin patch test, maybe you're familiar with it. I was allergic to everything they tested me for. And it was really bad. I mean, I got pneumonia, I think, 4 times. I had all sorts of medications. I had steroid pills, steroid inhalers. I had a nebulizer, which is this machine where you drip liquid medication into it and it steams the medicines and you breathe it in and out. It made me shake really bad. Really terrible. I mean, I couldn't play sports at all, couldn't run. And when I was 9 years old, we moved to Florida, and almost immediately I was able to drop almost all of my medications, and I haven't filled a prescription for any kind of asthma medication since high school. So, sick as a child, I'm all better now for the most part. Fact number 2, in my junior year of high school, my second semester, I lost almost all of my credit for the semester because of excessive absences. And it really scared the crap out of me because it really could have prevented me from graduating on time. Thankfully, though, I had done summer school almost every year, so I had extra math and extra science credits, and I doubled up on English my last semester of high school, so that made everything okay again. But that was really scary. I mean, I was slacking off pretty bad in high school. Even though I was very intellectual, I was always reading something. I could not be bothered to do any of my schoolwork or often to show up. But anyway, to this day, if I'm not doing something that I know needs to be done, I'll start having this recurring dream where I'm back in high school, and I have to go back because I didn't earn enough credits to graduate, and I have to, go back and earn those credits, and I have no motivation whatsoever to do any of the work. And the dream usually ends with me remembering, wait a second, I went to college. What difference does it make whether I graduated high school or not? Let's see. Fact number 3. I am a huge language buff. Growing up in the Phoenix area, there were so many Mexicans all over the place, and they would speak Spanish. Spanish was spoken all the time, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I mean, one person would speak this, what sounded like babbling nonsense to another person, and the other person would babble right back to them, and it all meant something. I mean, it was like a secret code. I started taking Spanish as soon as it was possible for me to take it. I majored in linguistics in college. I've studied Spanish, French, Dutch, German, Chinese, Italian, a little bit of Arabic, and I have a whole lot of other miscellaneous knowledge about languages. For example, if I see a written language, and it's a major language, I can very often identify what language it is, even if I can't speak a word of the language. For example, I don't know any Turkish at all, but if I see written Turkish, I can say that's Turkish. Same thing with Korean, Chinese, Vietnamese, Swahili, Portuguese, basically any European language I can identify by looking at it written down. Let's see. Fact number 4, I've only seen snowfall a couple of times, having grown up in Arizona and Florida. The first time was when I was 11 years old. It actually snowed in my neighborhood down in Florida. It's still remembered in the area as the time that it snowed. It was just a light little powdering of, just enough to cover everything. And I was just enthralled by it. My brothers and I put socks on our hands and we went out and played in the snow, and I think one of my shocked realizations was, wow, this stuff is just like the stuff you put in a snow cone. I think I was expecting something a little bit more exotic. So the second time I saw snowfall was just a couple years ago when I came up here to visit my brother. And the third time was about a month ago when we had our first snowfall here in the area. And today, though, it's 65 degrees, so it's actually feeling kind of warm in comparison to the rest of how the winter has gone. And let's see, fact number 5. I love geography and astronomy. I have always wanted to know where on a map a certain place is. Like if I hear of a country or a city that I don't know the location of, I need to know where on the map it is so that I can have that conceptual framework. And what I like about astronomy and geography is that they deal with the really big picture. And I mean the really, really big picture. I mean, you don't get any bigger than astronomy and the universe. And I like having, you know, like this conceptual grid where you can hang up your concepts and you can see how they relate a whole lot better when you know where everything is, you know, and so that these things aren't just floating, I guess, floating abstractions. Like I've seen clips about Americans not knowing their geography, and you know, you'll find people in, say, their mid-20s who can't find Ohio on the map, and that just blows my mind. So anyway, those are my 5 facts. I was sick as a child. I lost some high school credit. That could have cost me graduation. I'm a language buff. I've only seen snowfall a few times, and I love geography and astronomy. So now I get to go and tag some people, and it's no big deal. It's just a fun excuse to put together a nice little video. And I'll talk to you later.